Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Is this fear? Nnamdi Kanus still in DSS torture chamber? Brother alleges. Is this fear? Nnamdi Kanus still in DSS torture chamber? Brother alleges. To my dear listeners, this is today's news. A family member of the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Béträyäls, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanus has accused the Department of State Services DSS of detaining the Biafra agitator in a torture chamber. Kanus, one of the brothers of the Biafra agitator, said Kanus had not been released despite court orders. He was reacting to the ruling by the Federal High Court in Umuahia that Kanus be returned to Kenya. The court ruled that Kanus' extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria in June 2021 was against his fundamental right. It ordered that the Ipob leader should be restored to the state he was in before the Kenyan arrest and extraordinarily rendition last year. Recall that Kanus was arrested in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria last year. The Nigerian government was accused of subjecting the secessionist group leader to extraordinary rendition last year. Upon his return to Nigeria, Kanus was detained by the DSS while subjecting him to legal tortures. To this end, Kanus' special counsel, Aloy Ejimakor, instituted a legal action against the Nigerian government. On Wednesday, the court granted all the 7 prayers sought by Ejimakor. Reacting, Kanus tweeted, "Some people are having the notion that Mazi Nnamdi Kanus has been released from detention. The answer is no. He is still in DSS torture chamber. When we will at Nigerian president and at government Nigeria obey the court orders, at State Department, at FCD, Ho Government UK, at Canadian PM, at EU Commission, at UN, at UK Parliament." A Federal High Court sitting in Umuahia, the capital of Abia State, has ordered the federal government of Nigeria to pay the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob Nnamdi Kanus, the sum of 500 million naira as damages following his illegal abduction and human rights abuse from Kenya. The court also ordered the federal government to return the Biafra agitator to Kenya from where he was extradited to Nigeria on June 19, 2021, the Punch report. The court, presided by Justice Nnamdi, insisted that the extradition of Kanus from Kenya without recourse to the legal process was a flagrant abuse of his fundamental human right. He said that the respondent failed to disprove the claims of the applicant that he was arrested, blindfolded, tortured, and chained to the ground for 8 days in Kenya before his extradition to Nigeria. Recall that Kanu, through his special counselor Lawyer Jimako, had approached the court challenging his extradition from Kenya on June 19, 2022. Ejimako told the court that the suit is sui generis of a special class and was primarily aimed at redressing the infamous unlawful expulsion or extraordinary rendition of Kanu, which is a clear violation of his fundamental right under Article 12.4 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, as well as Chapter 4 of the Nigerian Constitution. He said, in addition to the rendition, I am asking the court to redress the myriad violations that came with the rendition, such as the torture, the unlawful detention, and the denial of the right to fair hearing, which is required by law before anybody can be expelled from one country to the other. I am also seeking to halt his prosecution and restore him to the status quo before his rendition on 19th June 2021. You will recall that on January 19, 2022, the High Court of Abia State decided that portion of violation of Kanu's fundamental right that occurred in 2017. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.